Nope, not the Netlink set, and it's not a green screen. We're at Computex 2016 in Taipei, Taiwan, and we're at the MSI headquarters, and we're gonna take a look at all their new gaming products. So the Aegis X, the backpack PC, they have the Vortex here, and they have the Twin Frozer 6 video cards this time around, as well as their titanium and carbon motherboards. And we're gonna take a tour of their gaming room and their ID room. And their ID room is their industrial design room. So it's where all the drafts and prototypes and designing happens, and they have everything laid out in there. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna take you around for a quick tour, as well as the gaming room, because why not? It's a gaming room. It's cool. We don't have a gaming room.
We should have a gaming room.
We have a LAN center. That's pretty cool. Big shout out to our sponsors, MSI and Gigabyte, for making our Computex 2016 trip possible. So we're back, and you got to see their whole kind of lineup of stuff, but they're obviously set up for show and not for hands-on demos. So we're gonna take you to the exhibition hall and check out the MSI booth there, and we'll show you more hands-on and in-depth information on it. So let's go. So this is the backpack PC. It's got a GTX 980, it's got a Skylake i7K processor, and it has about 90 minutes to 2 hours battery life while running the games, and it should be available in Q3 or Q4. For VR ready, it also has built-in Wi-Fi, and it has all the cables and adapters, so you don't need to add extra cables for VR. It connects directly in. So we're gonna give it a try and let you know how it feels, if it gets hot. I'm feeling it right now, and it's kind of warm like any other PC, but it's been on all day, and it's about 3 p.m. now, and it's been running every single day of Computex, so this seems pretty good, but we'll check it out and see how it feels. Thank you. Safety first, people. I've got a whole team. So much room. So the whole point of this is so that you can move around. I think you can duck too. Oh, you can, yeah. Oh, there's no hiding from that. Aside from it being hot because we're in Taiwan, it's actually not that heavy, and you can feel the lumbar support foam pretty good. The backpack doesn't feel hot itself, but I can't really tell because everything is hot here. But when you do move your arm back, you can feel the vent on the side. So it gets hot there, but it doesn't burn, it's just warm. So if you live somewhere cold like Canada, it's pretty good. It's not that heavy actually. It doesn't even feel like 5 kilograms. So it's pretty fun. And we're done, we're gonna walk around now. It's hot. This is a familiar face to everyone, but it's not the same GT80 Titan. This is the GT83 Titan. And what they've done is they've redone the cooling option. So they have 2 dedicated fans for the GPU and 1 dedicated fan for the CPU now, as well as they've just done some minor redesigns on the outside, and it still is Cherry MX switches. So this is also part of the GT Titan series. This is the GT73, and it's the new 17-inch version. It's basically high-end performance in a smaller package, and it actually is one of the only laptops with 120 hertz, 5 millisecond response IPS screen. So we've moved on to the GS series, and they've done a complete redesign, and they've actually shrunk the laptop. So this is a 17.3-inch laptop, but it's about the size of the previous 16-inch. And what's really interesting is this one right here, the GS63. How cool is that? So now we moved on to the GS series gaming notebooks, which are small, thin, light, portable gaming notebooks. But what we really want to look at is the dock that is on right now. And these are the Gaming Dock Mini series. So this one is the Shadow for the 13-inch, and they have the Phantom for the 14-inch. Now, unlike other docking stations, it doesn't use Thunderbolt. It uses their own proprietary 16 PCIe because you would get bottlenecked with Thunderbolt, actually. So this way it can have full power. So the dock is not compatible with any laptops that have a 970M or higher, only 960M and below, just because it didn't have enough room. So the dock will support any full-size graphics card. So one thing that's unique about this is it's not just an external graphics card unit, it's a docking station as well. So it's got the USB ports and everything so that you can plug in through there too. And it does have a fan underneath to help cool. So you've probably already noticed, everything at MSI is #1 VR ready, first VR ready. It's because of this. This is a WT72. This is the first VR compatible workstation. So you think VR ready machines, yeah, when you play it, you can have a VR ready, but there also has to be game designers to make those VR games. So this is what this is for. And it has NVIDIA Quadro M5500 graphics card, and it's one of the only notebooks with it. So we've actually got the Aegis, and we're working on a review of that, but this is the new Aegis X, which was just launched at Computex. So we're gonna take a look. What's different about this is it has a Z170 motherboard, it has liquid cooling for the CPU, and it's got M.2 as well as PCIe SSD, so it's compatible with hardware RAID. So we're gonna open it up and take a look. So it is compatible with any full-size card up to the newest Pascal 1080s. And you can see that it's liquid cooled right here. And then all the storage options are just up top with the optical bay. And then I believe this slides out. I'm going to break everything. So you got your SSD here and then your 2.5 right here. So now that we've reassembled it, let's go over the power supply. It's got a 600-watt power supply, and it's actually in its own chamber for better cooling. Because of all this, it's actually under 36 dB while under load. They claim this is just a dummy unit, so we're not too sure how loud it'll be just yet. But make sure you go watch our other video on the Aegis. So here we've got the two functioning Aegis and the Aegis X, and they're all lit up with their RGB lighting. But the main difference between these two is that this one does have the HDMI port on the front, whereas the Aegis does not. All right, so we're moving into components now. We're starting off with motherboards. This is the titanium series and as well as the carbon series. They have the M power and X power, but we're gonna be focusing on the X99 obviously because it's new. So it's got the whole titanium theme going, and it has an actual backplate as well. And as you can see, there's metal PCIe and DIMM slots. It has both M.2 and U.2, so it is compatible for RAID. With the X Power series, this is really focused for overclockers. It's not flashy, it doesn't have RGB, but you get what you need. You get the sleek look. And if you want some of that flashiness, we're gonna move over to the Carbon series with RGB lighting. Now these have similar features, but it's also much flashier, and this is one of their top flagship motherboards. And you know it's top of the line because they have metal everything. They have a shroud covering everything, they have metal PCIe slots and metal DIMM slots as well. All right, so like we mentioned earlier, it does have an LED header, and some of the motherboards like this one come with RGB built in with the modes. And what's awesome about this software that we just looked at is it not only controls their motherboard, but because it has the header, it also controls your video card, any LED strips that you may add in, as well as their CPU cooler, which is new. So now we're moving on to the video cards, and of course we're looking at the new Pascal cards, the GTX 1080s, and MSI has 5 editions of it. They have the Arrow, which is their reference design, the Seahawk, which looks like the Arrow, but it's partnered with Corsair for liquid cooling, the Armor, the Gaming X, and the Gaming Z, or Gaming Z for our Americans out there. And what we want to focus on are these right here, the Gaming X and the Gaming Z. So the Gaming Z actually will clock higher than the Gaming X. So this is the Z. It's got an LED light up logo there, whereas this one's just a plain back plate. Other than that, they both have a 6-pin and 8-pin. So this is the Twin Frozer 6 and the Twin Frozer 5. So right off the bat, you'll notice that the fan blades look like there's more, but there's actually the same number of them. They've just angled them in a way that they're closer together for better airflow. The next, you can't see it, but this is a sleeve bearing, whereas this is a double ball bearing. And the last main difference is if you take a look at the back, these are kind of oval pipes, whereas now they've changed them to square pipes, so they're closer together, so it'll transfer heat better. So if you think about it, if it transfers heat better and faster, the fans are gonna spin less and overall less noise. And these fans actually under 60 degrees, they will remain off. If it goes over 60 degrees, then they'll turn on. So those are the main differences with the Twin Frozer 5 and Twin Frozer 6. And just because we overlooked this, something interesting about the Armor is it has both a 6 and 8 pin. With the Aero, it is just one 8 pin. However, this is a blower style, so it's better for SLI in smaller cases. So we're gonna take a quick break from all the components and look at some of the crazy custom mods they have here. They have a Dragon Baby doll band. They have a cotton candy machine PC and an arcade. So we're just gonna do a quick look. So this is cotton candy. So it's got their computer and it makes cotton candy. It actually makes cotton candy.
It's like you can game with it also.
Now, is it powering the cotton candy machine?
Yeah, actually the power supply supports the cotton candy machines. Yeah.
So they got their awesome Dragon arcade Dragon. It's got the fight sticks in it. Take a look at that. So this is using the X99 Godlight Gaming Carbon, which we just took a look at. And look at the little dragons! They've all got different types of guitars. This one's obviously a singer. Ugh. Look how adorable they are. All right, guys, that wraps up our coverage of MSI at Computex 2016. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what you're most excited about. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for fans with benefits. We'll see you next time.